My dear viewer, welcome again. Today we have a very nice show. We are bringing before you the top student in Kenya, who is John Mark. John Mark, welcome.
Fine.
Would you please tell us more about your story, just from the beginning?
Okay. Um, as it has been said, I'm John Mark Olum. I was born to a family of both parents. That's my mom and dad.
Yes.
I'm from Migori County.
Yes.
That is Uriri sub-county, Rapogi village. That's where I've been staying. That's my home. When I was 4 years, they took me to school. I remember at St. Francis Famina Academy. That's where I started my baby class when I was 4 years. I schooled there. It was nice. Like, I studied hard. I remember there's a day that I scored 100 in a paper, and my mom was a teacher.
Which subject was that?
It was, I think, I can't recall very well. Those the ECD class, but my mom was a P1 teacher. So by that time, I knew my mom was not at home, so I had to run to go and keep the paper safe. So when my mom is back, I could
You could let her know
let
that
her
you got
know
something. Which is
about
nice.
my progress in school. So
Okay.
even I fell down that day, the paper got tore. I was like embarrassed. That one was when I was in a PP2. So in class 1, I changed school. I went to another school known as Brother Carol. So class 1, with that, I continued making keeping the mantle burning. I still studied hard, and by the end of every term, I usually became number 1. Like, it was like nice because my mom always encouraged me, do this,
So,
and she always gave me gift whenever I was number 1. So
Okay.
from class 1 to class 3, like, I was the best before I changed school to another school.
Okay, so it was like you are taking number 1 in every class.
So, like, it was like in every class, but because of just my hard work, because in every school that I went, usually I was friend to teachers. I usually befriended the teachers. The teachers loved me. So obvious you cannot make someone who love you become embarrassed.
Yes.
As if you cannot, if like, let me say, if you love me, I cannot fail in your subject when you are a teacher. So that was what was happening. Like, I was loving my teachers, the teachers were loving me, so I could not let my teachers feel embarrassed because of me failing in their various subjects. So I found myself just becoming number 1 in class 1 to 3. In class 4, I also changed school again because my mom was a teacher, so she kept on migrating because of the transfer issues.
Okay.
So I went to another school known as Nyasauro Primary School.
Yes.
It's just a public school. So in that public school, that's the same spirit. I still emerged the best since class 4
Still
up to
you're
class
number
8.
one.
Since still I was number 1. Even the joint exam I did, I was always number 1. Remember, there's a joint exam we did with very big schools. Like, me, I was in public school. The schools were big. St. Teresa's, Rapogi Girls Boarding, Rapogi Luanda. They were very big schools. So like, we went there, luckily, and with my hard work and with my prayer, I was number 1 in that exam. And I remember even the sister there, it's a Catholic school, so they were being led by a sister. The sister there made me to stand in a chair because I was tiny by then.
Okay, by the time you did KCP, what did you get in KCP?
I got 386, but that was not my marks.
How?
I know that was not my marks because since I started doing the 5 subjects, I was scoring 400. If you look at my report card since class 4, I've been scoring 400, but I don't know what happened, but that was not my marks. In fact, when I was in primary, I was aiming to be number 1 in Kenya.
Okay.
And to be number 1 in Kenya, that means you must attain 400 and above. That's for 30 and above.
To me, it had been your dream
Since class 4.
By the time you were in class
4. Since class 4, I had a dream to be number 1 in the whole country, like to lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were determined.
I was determined to be
number 1.
To be number 1 in
In
Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I joined high school, like, my mom encouraged me after receiving my Kcse results. That was 386, but I know that was not my marks. So my mom encouraged me that there's another chance. You have a chance to go and work tirelessly in high school to achieve your dream.
In
so,
which school were you called?
I was called Nyambare High School. That's an Adventist school, thanks to also because me, I was an Adventist.
Yes.
Also, I was called to another Adventist school.
School.
So it was an added advantage.
Okay.
Like I was happy.
Yeah.
So I went there with one focus, that if I go there, I'm going to study. I'm going to keep my mantle burning. Like the way I've been becoming number one since my ECD class. I'm also going to be number one all through my high school life. So the first exam we did, I was number one. In Form 1.
Yes.
My mom was happy. Everybody was happy. My dad was happy. And since then, I have been becoming number one day. I remember there's a day pastor came to our house during this the week of prayer.
Yes.
Pastor asked me my dream. I told him that I want to be, that's Pastor Michael Onyango.
Yes.
I told him that my dream is to become number one in Kenya.
Yeah.
I told him that I want to study medicine in Harvard University. Pastor prayed of that, and I also worked of that. Then I made the best.
Okay.
During high school, I worked all around the clock. I remember there is a day that I slept at 1 a.m. I woke up at 2 a.m. That's sleeping the same day and waking up the same day. So that day I had to sleep with the shoe because it's not normal for someone to sleep for 1 hour. So to wake up after that 1 hour, I had to sleep with the shoe, and I had to sleep uncovered so that I become uncomfortable in bed, and to wake up the same day, because we have turned a day, to wake the same day early. So I had to do that.
What was compelling you to do all this?
What was compelling me to do all this is because my principles tells me that if tomorrow I'm having an exam,
yes,
then I've not covered the topic.
So you need to work hard.
I have to read all the topics that the exam, all the areas, that the exam is going to cover, so that if I'm in exam, I prefer sleeping late but having the content, rather than sleeping early and not having the content.
Exactly.
I prefer tomorrow I finish the paper with the content I have, the remaining time I sleep there, than other than going tomorrow's paper without nothing, then I'm okay, but I can't write anything because I don't have the content. So that's what I prefer. That's the principle I used.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of being comfortable,
Yeah.
you decided to make yourself to feel uncomfortable and at least you get something.
Yeah, that's because I knew, I was told I used to be encouraged how passing was sweet, and even me, I used to see myself how passing was sweet.
Okay.
Because others scored airplane from our school, they went abroad, so the passion also in me told me that even me I can. I have something special. Even me I can achieve my targets, I can be the best, and also pass like others. I used to see the way people handled people who passed. They gave them
handled with a lot of care.
with the respect,
And
care.
respect.
Like passing is just something that's sweet. So I rather sacrificed my pleasures to make me
people
pass.
do honor them.
Yeah, and to make me pass.
Maybe what you can tell my viewers right now,
Yeah.
a bit of your life in high school, some of the joint exams you were doing, how are you performing?
I was in Nyambaria School. Nyambaria School used to do joint with other top schools like Tenwek, very, very big schools. In all the joint exams that I did, I ensured that my mantle was burning. I wanted to leave a legacy anywhere I go. I went. So in every joint exam that I did, I was number one. All through. I was number one, scoring a plane of 84. People could worry, there's a joint exam that the Tenwek boy is worried because I was scoring 96 in physics. That is paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 combined. I was scoring 96.
Yes.
So that was not the normal, but me, I just loved study. I knew everything in books. Like even for now, if you ask me a question, like in physics, I can tell you that this is in this page, this edition, this book. Like I know everything in that book. Since for the course I know Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, I know everything that is there. If you ask me a question, I'll tell you, refer to book 2, this page, this topic. Because of just the repetition. I have repeatedly read the content. So, as I was told that repetition is the mother of retention. The more you repeat reading something and you read it with passion, knowing that by the end it will bear you fruit, the more you retain it in brain.
Any co-curricular activities now you are doing in school?
In school?
Yeah.
Okay, me, I do poems, and also I play volleyball. Yeah.
How are you managing all these with your studies?
Okay, even in school, people used to wonder that why is this John Mark playing, but when it comes to the exams, he is performing. Why is John Mark in canteen by this time? When it comes to exam, he is performing. Like, I used to be friend to teachers. Like, let me say, my English teacher, my physics teacher, they loved me, I loved them. So, like, I cannot let my teacher become embarrassed because of me failing. And there is time for everything. When it comes to time of playing, I just play. When it comes to time of reading, I focus my brain on reading, and I extract the content. I read in a little time, but I read more. Yeah, with passion. Reading with the desire to know more. Not reading just, someone can be reading bookworming. You read like you have been forced, but someone can be reading knowing that by this time, this end, I've grasped this one. So like that makes the difference.
So you were determined?
Yeah, I
by
was
the time
determined.
you were
Like,
reading?
yeah.
At least you get something, you get content.
I got more, not even something. I got more. I got everything in fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was your aim.
Yeah, that
in
was
each and every subject, each and every topic.
each and every topic and each and every page. I could even I helped others. I used to revise with others. So when I was revising, I could tell others, you just refer to this. Those are the commonly asked questions. Because after reading, I could go and research on the topic more and more and more, and relate it to practical life.
Now you are the best students in Kenya.
Yeah.
And you top
Yeah.
all students in Kenya.
Yes.
Many students do have different challenges.
Yeah.
Is there any challenge you faced as John Mark?
So the challenges I faced, like discrimination from others, like when I was in high school, there are some class of jokers that are, not, let me not call them jokers, but those who have, like there are some people who have negative minds, some people have positive minds. So you get that some people who have negative minds, they could even influence you, they could tell you, why are you reading? You'll read what? No.
They are just jokers.
Okay, they can demoralize you. So I was being demoralized by others. They could tell me that you are reading more, you are leading us, but imagine in Kcse, all of us will go to university, I'll still employ you. But I just used to take them positively. Any challenge or any obstacle that I came across, that's my advice. Like, used to just motivate me. Like when they were saying that we will go with you, both of us, to university. So I had myself desire was to go with higher grade than them.
Okay. In your life in high school, was there any time that you were sent home due to some indiscipline cases or any other cause?
No, in high school I was not sent home, but in a few cases I was sent home because of some school levies. But I appreciate my area MP, that's Honorable Golamak Nyamita, who provided us with bursaries anytime. So it helped me a lot.
Okay, I would like to know some of your preparations that you had towards the examination.
Also towards Kcse,
yes,
I studied everything. I studied everything, and the way I studied, chemistry, I'm studying chemistry, I use 1 week, the whole of the week, and the entire week, I use it to study chemistry. I studied from book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4. I get all the content, all the pages in my head. Then I go to the next book, physics, study the same. So that's what I did to all the subjects. Then after that, so like I was revising a day to chemistry paper 1, I revised for chemistry. I read again for chemistry paper 1. Basically, I was just reading the course book, the KLBs and whatever. Not doing the question, because questions may change, but content still remains the same.
Is there any challenge that you faced in school towards examination?
The challenge that I faced towards examination, that's August and September. I was home for 1.5 months. That's due to I was sent home for some items. So the parents could not raise them. So I was home for 1.5 months. That's August and September. And the exam was around the corner. By the end of October, start of November, we were starting our Kcse exam. So when I went home, I just studied because I knew I must become number one in Kenya. After this 1.5 months, I went back to school like a week before exam, not even a week before exam, 5 days to exam, that is post-mock. In that post-mock, I was like a bit like, I was not sure if I'll still emerge the best, but my mom took me to a counselor. The counselor told me that you have been home, you've been performing, you go and write whatever you have. My mom also encouraged me and told me that any grade you get, we will accept. But because I knew that I've been becoming number one since Form 1 to Form 4. So people could question that how, why, was he stealing exams or what of? But I just studied hard, and that's the exam that I scored highest in high school. The exam I scored an A plane of 84, and it was a joint exam. I emerged the best in that joint exam.
So being that you are at home
Yeah.
for 1.5 months, when you went back to school, you found when the exam was just around, that is mock,
Yeah.
you did it and you still emerged the best.
Yeah.
So wonderful. And being that you're number one
Yes.
in Kenya as a whole,
Yeah.
it means you got almost everything A.
Yeah, all the 8 subjects I sat for, that's English, Kiswahili, mathematics, physics, biology, chemistry, business studies, and geography. All I scored A plane.
Okay. Any advice to a student who was expecting better grade than what they got?
So that's not the end of life. My advice to other students, that's not the end of life. Even me as a person, I remember KCPE, I did not reach my target. Others mocked me, like teasing you and whatever. But the spirit in me still keeps on telling me that I've not even accomplished anything in life. Like I'm yet to accomplish, I've not yet accomplished. Like in my high school, I just studied hard because I just studied hard, smart, and by the end I achieved that my target, but I've not yet accomplished. So others, even if you get a grade that you were not expecting, that's not the end of life. There are still some people, not even still some people, there are many people who have succeeded in life but not bookwork. Everybody is good. Like they say, the fingers are not the same.
Yes.
Like you can be good at bookwork, someone can also be good at co-curricular activity, and any others. There are many very many talents and gifts that many people have. Like I had a story of during the release of examination, I was keen. There's a lady, not a lady, but there's a madam who gave a story. The lady said that her uncle left school when was a school dropout from Form 2. Yes. But now her uncle is a professor, a current graduate professor holding a PhD. Yes. So like that's not the end of life. You can still make up your future. Okay. Through very many ways.
John Mark, what are some of the techniques you are using by the time you are revising or reading or studying in school, which has brought this kind of result?
Okay, the technique I use is just to, like, I can study a topic, then after studying that topic, I do questions relating to that topic to see whether what I've read, I have mastered it. After doing the questions, those questions, those questions that I do the questions myself without looking the answers. I mark for myself. Then those questions that gave me a problem, I go again and reread them. Then after rereading them again, I do the questions again. Then repeatedly, I can do the questions today. In a month's time, I'm also going to read that topic. In another month's time, I'm going to read that topic. In another month's time. So you get that I know even the pages. I can open the page. I can open to you the page at random. That is the page that the answer is coming from. Like something like that.
Okay. Right now, some students are worried that whether they'll make it or not, they are asking themselves. And there are so many questions they've been asking themselves. Will I really make it? Like John Mark. What can you tell them?
So me, what I can tell them that there is no hard work that goes unrewarded.
Yes.
Let the students work hard. Let them read with passion, and everything will be okay. They'll pass.
Okay.
If you read and you have the passion, not reading that I've been forced to read, you read with your self-desire. You look, your future lies on your hand. You are the one to decide whether I'm going to be a failure or whether I'm going to be a successful person. So if you want to be a failure, you cannot read. But if you want to be a successful person, you are going to read even without being pushed. Like the teachers will not remind you that read, no. You'll just have you by yourself from inner motive for you to read.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just maybe one we want to know.
Yeah.
Is there any class in life you repeated?
No, there's no class. I know I did not repeat any class.
Okay. Any message to parents?
Parents, encourage your children, love your children, be close to your children. Like me, I'm close to my parent, especially my mom. I used to tell my mom since like I was a tiny kid, I used to tell my mom, you know what, mom? I'm going to be the best in country. I want to be the best in country. I remember when there's a day.
So, John Mark, this thing, it is a dream that you had in plans.
Yeah.
By the time you're young.
Yeah. Even when I remember when I was in Form 1, we were having my friend, he's called Wycliffe, and my mom. We were like doing a job there. Then I told my mom
By that time you were in which class?
I was in Form 1. I told my mom and my friend that, you know what, I'll be number 1 in Kenya when it comes to me doing Form 4. That I remember that the CS was releasing the result of that year. So my friend told me that you try. And he was like not sure, but he told me you try. And I told him that I'm sure I'll be number 1 in Kenya because I knew myself. And I psyched myself. I know.
So you just started working hard after you had said so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe in me. Yeah.
Okay. So it means that anybody can make it?
Yeah, anybody can make it. It doesn't depend where you come from.
Okay, before we finish, John Mark, in which university do you want to go to? And which kind of course would you like to do?
Oh, since Form 2, I've been dreaming to study medicine in US. That's Harvard University. I'm only an inch away to start studying in Harvard University. What's just lacking now is just funds. But I have now the grades. So what's just lacking now is the scholarship, the funds, whatever. But now I have the grades to study at Harvard University. I've qualified.
Okay.
Yeah, now the first step, the second step is the one that a bit is challenging, but the first step is accomplished. And the first step is that one that's important. That's being with the qualifications. I have the qualification, everything scoring A plane. Now what's just lacking now to study in Harvard is just the funds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, Mr. John Mark, your last word to my viewers. Just face camera directly.
Work hard in anything that you do. You just work hard and smart, and believe in you. Believe in yourself that you're gonna make it. Then you guys, you're gonna make it. There is no hard work. As I have said, there is no hard work that goes unrewarded. Anything you do will come with the reward at end. Also, God has done me great. So remember to pray. Prayers are answered. Remember to pray to God. Tell God whatever you lack. Like me, since Form 1, I have been telling God, God, let me be number 1 in Kenya. You see now, I'm number 1 in Kenya. So be prayerful, work hard, work smart. There is no hard work that goes unrewarded. So also you guys pray for me as I'm going to be an oncologist. I want to study oncology in Harvard University. That's in US. Thank you.